So to start with, one of the issues that we have as far as one of the biggest frustrations with Screencastify is that when you make your video and you make mistakes, then you have to start all over and it's a big pain, or you just have to accept your mistakes, right?
Right.
Yeah. Correct. So one of the things that you can do is anytime you go to any of your videos, and I can show you where to get to your videos later if they're not in Screencastify, but right now, anytime you get to any of your videos, you have these enhancements here. You can change the settings, the information about it, but they also have this one here that says Enhancements. Okay? I'm going to go ahead and click on it, and I'm going to very quickly show you what's in this Enhancements tab. Now, there is a more advanced video editor. This is a very basic one, but it works well. And it's pretty simple to use. The advanced editor is a little more clunky, but you can fine-tune it a little more. So you get more specific. Okay? And yes, every time you click on it, it's going to start playing. Okay, so some of the features that you can do with this is you can do slow motion, which is kind of cool because then, oh, you guys know what slow motion does to your voice. You can do that. You can also put it in time lapse, which is actually just fast forward. So you can make yourself sound like a chipmunk if you want. That's kind of fun. You can change the coloring. There's filters. There's blurring effects. Like if you are concerned about students their faces being in the video, you can actually apply the blur faces. Now it's not perfect, but it can be done, and it'll get most of them, but occasionally it misses them. But what I really wanted to focus on was this part right here, and this is actually a lot of people ask me the question, what do I do about a video that it's upside down or sideways, whatever? You can actually rotate your videos from YouTube, which is a nice feature. It used to be you had to pay a lot of money to be able to rotate a video. You had to have really expensive video editing software, but now you can do it just with YouTube. Okay? Now, the part that you're going to want to pay attention to is this trim button. And when I click on it, it's going to start playing right away. Okay? But with this trim button, as it starts playing, and it's going very, very slow right here. Hi, Deb. I think your microphone is muted, but we'll get you caught up here in a little bit, okay? Okay, any day now, this is going to appear. You know, you would think that the internet would move very, very fast here since I'm really the only one using it at the middle school. All right, come on. I'm going to try pressing done because I'm impatient. Oh, I did it too soon. Did you guys see that?
You did.
There it goes. All right.
Hi there, this is Mr.
What it'll do is it'll start playing right away, and you can trim off the beginning or the end just by pulling it over. That's the basics. So that's pretty simple. So if you have a goof up at the beginning or the end, you can pull those pieces off and shorten it up. Okay? That's pretty straightforward right there. So the other part you can do, though, let me clear that. There is a clear button there if you need to redo it. The other part that I really like, though, is the split feature. So if you have parts that you need to cut out in the middle of your video, you're going to want to hit the split at the beginning of it, let it play some more, and hit the split at the end of it. I'll show you what I mean.
You have to split something into pieces, and the pieces need to be equal.
Okay, so I split there. If I keep going a little further, I can drag it along. And I have another part I don't want. I can split here, too. Okay? Now, when I split it in those two separate spots, it put a little box here where I can cut that middle section out. So I did two splits right here, and now it cuts that section out. Okay? All right, so that just depends on whether or not you want to cut off the beginning or the end, but what you can do is you can pull these bars in to do that, and then once you've split it, or once you have pulled in the ends however you want, then you can hit done to confirm your changes. Okay, so once I do this and this, and I hit done,
Hold of this, like this.
it gives me my new version. Once I have it exactly the way I want, I can save it. Now, I'll wait for a second. I heard a question.
Will it save both versions, or will it just save your most recent version?
That is a great question. I'm glad you asked that. You can either save it as a brand new video, that's this button here, or you can save it over your existing one.
Okay.
So if you just press regular save, it's going to save over your existing. If you don't like your changes, everything that you did to it, you do have a revert to the original button too. Okay? Now, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to give you a few seconds, or I shouldn't say a few seconds, how about a few minutes, to kind of fill around with that. Remember that you don't have to save this video. We can always revert back. So don't worry about messing up your video if you're worried about it. But I think it's probably good right now if you kind of play around with the buttons. So what I'm going to ask you to do is during this part, and I'm going to bring myself back here. During this part, if you would mute your microphone unless you have a question, because we're going to be hearing your videos going in the background. If you would mute your microphone, which is at the very top of the screen when you hover up there, there's a microphone button, you can mute it, then we won't be quite as distracted. And then if you have specific questions just for me, you can unmute and ask me those questions. Okay? Everyone good with that?
I don't have a microphone, no.
Okay, Sam, I'll help you.
Okay. I see a camera.
Yes, it's to the left of the camera.
I don't see a thing.
Okay, let me share my screen with you so you can see it.
Okay. Oh, I see it there, yeah.
Okay.
All right.
All right, once you press that, you'll mute your microphone.
Okay, should that have been there, or did you just put it there?
It should have been there. I can mute you manually if you want me to.
No.
Now I can't hear you. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and give you some time to work, and then you can message me, or you can start speaking if you need my attention.